Hello, my name is Dr. Sathya. I am here to talk about the importance of water in your diet. Most people don't think about the water because it's not so fancy. And but the real truth is that 70% of every cell in the body is composed of water. And our brain is composed of 80% of water. Many people feel they are not dehydrated, their mouth isn't dry. But one thing I can tell you, in your mouth gets dry, it means you are severely dehydrated. The big problem is that most of us don't get a sense of thirst as we age. I know throughout the day I don't feel thirsty, but I make sure that I sip water throughout the day so I don't become dehydrated. Because if you become dehydrated, it can cause many problems throughout the body. One of them is the joint pain because the cartilage in between the joints needs a lot of water to keep it. Same with the disc and your spine. They composed of a lot of water so that they can bend and move and it doesn't hurt. But with a lack of water, both the disc and the cartilage can break down easier and develop a lot of arthritis there, creating a more of pain. A lot of people tell me that they get constipated. But the constipation is relieved when they drink a lot of water. And that's because a hormone is released when you drink water called motility. Have you heard about it? This creates a peristaltic movement. Peristalsis is a little muscular contraction helping the food to move through the gut. Many people get headaches, but they get relieved by drinking water. And that's because many headaches are caused by too much of heat in the body. You know, nowadays the liver is retaining so much of heat from acid chemicals going through it, just like the earth is a little too acidic. Now we can call it as global warming. Same thing happens in our small scale in our liver. So that the heat the liver, which can raise the heat and cause dilatation of blood vessels in the head and gives headaches. So the water helps to cool down the body and hydrates the cell, which is pretty much overheated nowadays. No? The other thing is that lack of water can cause heartburn, gastritis, acid reflux, because you first eat the food, it goes into the stomach, and there all this acid, hydrochloric acid, is churning into the stomach. There is a layer of mucus. The very top layer of the stomach is a mucus layer, and directly underneath the layer is a layer of water with sodium bicarbonate in it, which neutralize the acids coming into it. Now, if there is less water because you are not drinking enough, that the mucus layer gets less and you can burn the stomach lining. Also, when you eat the food, after the stomach turns into the liquid acid, it squirts into the duodenum, which is the beginning of the intestines. Now the intestinal lining doesn't have the protective barrier, so the stomach has against the acid. So what happens is, once the food is going into and the pancreatic juice goes, creates a watery sodium bicarbonate solution is also to a colonized the acid, and as they are moving into the intestine. Again, if there is not enough water, then the pancreas won't secrete that, and a signal is sent to close up the sphincters in the lower part of the stomach, which is creating the acid, and open up the sphincters called the lower esophageal sphincter at the top of the stomach. So the acids can regurgitate up, and we call this acid reflux called GERD. And so when we drink plenty of water, many people will feel just drinking water is a cure for acid reflux. Now some people say, well, how much water we do need? Shall we drink a half gallon or a gallon of a day? Should we drink half of our body weight? That's many people, but the real truth is depend on each individual person and the circumstances and the environment. So, for example, it's very hot out and you are sweating a lot. you are exercising outside, you need more water on that day, isn't it? Or if you have too much of salt in your diet, that day you need more water. So the best thing is just to sip water throughout the day. It doesn't have to be on any set amount, and you will be fine as long as you are sipping it. Just make sure you don't drink too much before, during, and after the meal.